Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. This will be the market update video, and in today's video, other than BTC, I will look into some stocks such as S&P 500, NASDAQ, or even I will look into SPACEX and commodities like gold and silver. So first we will check this S&P 500 chart. Right now what you see is the volume profile here. This is the highest traded volume block, what you can see here. And we have already tested that POC on this daily candle here, and now we are testing that value area high. So my target for this S&P to, if we break out here, okay, so let's check the percentage, how much we have left to hit another all-time high. That is almost 0.6%. 0.6% guys, to hit another all-time high. And if we break out and go up higher here to reach this line over here, that is around, let's see, around 8%, 7.98%, and the target is around $8,170. I mean, if we are breaking out today, then it would be that price, but I don't think that is going to happen because we are churning on this range at the moment. Potentially we might get rejected at this value area high, but the eventual target is this line over here. So you might be wondering, what is this line you're talking about? So let's get into weekly chart, and I'm going to show you that this trend line is all the way from that drop here in 2009. This is that global financial crisis started on 2007 October, and after we broke that trend down, this was a .com bubble here. So we have swept this liquidity by having a lower low, and from that time we have took off. You can see that the price action here is always testing this upper trend line and trending higher, chopping around. And this was that COVID drop. If we did not have this pandemic over here, pandemic drop, then we would be probably another higher low here, and we would be heading up higher. So my next target would be on this trend line over here, and this is perfectly respecting since 2010 April, and this is where I will look for potential rejection. So if we zoom into locally, like local price action here, and get into the daily time frame, you can see that there is strength. If the market shows you strength and the structure hasn't been changed, then just ride the trend. What does the market structure say? The market structure is clearly saying, since we have dropped in that 2022 bear market in October, we have an uptrend. Okay, multiple highs and multiple higher lows. So if the market structure is not changed, hasn't changed, then that means you just have to go with the market. So we have a high here and we have a higher low. So this could be another high which has another higher low. And what we are doing locally at the moment is we are just having a chop, and these are just inside bars. You can see that we have established this was the top here and this was the bottom. Okay, so we are clearly in a range at the moment, and we are trending up higher, taking the support on this value area low, and we are churning slowly towards the higher side, making another higher low. This is another higher low. But in case if the market now, let's say we have already churned up higher, these all candlesticks are inside bars because we are inside the range, and somehow let's say we are rejecting here and changing the market structure to the downside, making another low, coming back and retesting this zone, which is value area low, and rejecting from there, then your market structure is already changed and we are heading towards the lower prices. But until that happens, we just can get these higher lows, and now we are chopping in this range. This might be potential breakout here, come back, retest this value area high, and head towards the higher prices. So that's my take on S&P 500, where I'm looking for higher prices. Potentially this price can go up to this 8,100 to 8,200 zone, and then we can look for a rejection there. Now let's get into NASDAQ. So NASDAQ, if you see, this was the low here. Volume profile says that the highest volume was traded over here, but still we are in that range similar to S&P, and we are above that POC here. You can see this chart is slightly more stronger compared to S&P because the S&P came down to test the value area low, but NASDAQ kept chopping around on this POC, point of control. And you also can see that we are taking multiple tests on this midline of this trend line. The channel which came from all the way, also this is the same as S&P. You also can see this is also from 2009 drop over here. Okay, this was that financial crisis drop, and after that we've been uptrending and never came back to take the test. Similar to S&P, we have also come down on that COVID drop to take the test on that lower channel, and also on 2022 bear market. And from that bear market low, we've been uptrending and slowly grinding up, taking multiple tests on that midline. You can see here, these are the tests. Okay, this is at that time, for example, if you don't see this price action, this was your all-time high, right? So you've been taking tests on that midline, rejecting, but making another higher low. Again, going up, rejecting at the same midline, but making another higher high, plus coming back and making a lower low. But this was just a fake out where we ended up having another high and a higher low. So the price is pushing towards the higher prices. Finally, we have come up and taken the test on top of this midline, which means it looks like we have a support right now. This midline is acting as a support. And locally, you can see also we have taken the support on top of this POC. That means we are heading up higher. So for NASDAQ, I think the price could be heading up higher. If stock market has strength and if this price has to hit up higher, my next target, I'm expecting NASDAQ to go up much more higher, push more heavier than S&P and hit up higher around this 39K zone. Because that could be the potential region where the price can reject, because this has been respecting very neatly. You can see we've been testing this upper trend line all this time, even tested one more time here. So I'm expecting one more push up towards this line. Okay, we can definitely reject from here. But the chart says, and the trend line, the channel says, we are taking the test on that, test on that midline of that channel. We are taking that support and we are trying to push up higher. So if we can see on S&P, we already saw that it was 8% to hit up higher. But on NASDAQ, let's say this comes around 31%. So might not be, okay, sometime you can say that S&P moves 1% and NASDAQ moves 2.5% to 3%. So in that comparison, if S&P wants to move 8%, then multiply by 3, that is around 24%. I would not be shocked if this comes up higher here and hits this trend line, and then after that reject from there. So that's the update for NASDAQ. And now we will get into gold first, and the Bitcoin chart would be the last one. I know my audience is looking at more about the Bitcoin, the crypto market, like altcoins, but I also trade stock market like S&P, NASDAQ, or SPACEX. SPACEX is my new coin, so I use SPACEX and trade this coin in crypto exchanges. So this is that SPACEX chart. This is definitely against Tether, and I'm using a crypto exchange to trade this SPACEX. What do we see on the chart right now? That we have a high on the blue line here, that is $227.91, and now we have already broken this green line, which you can see that I have written. This is a bullish SFP. Of course, this bullish SFP happened here as well, and then we got a bounce to this mark. And then after that, we came back down again, and we have broken this low, and we are heading towards the downside. So right now, what do I see on the SPACEX chart is we do not have the strength on the chart. Okay, we definitely had this bullish SFP here. We got a small bounce, but eventually we came down and broken that low and created another lower low. So unless this price action comes back and pierce this value area low, maybe go back to point of control, take a test and come back and retest and take this as a support. That is the already market structure change in SPACEX chart. If that happens, then you can see that there might be strength in this chart and we are heading up higher. So what do I want to see on this SPACEX chart? It's very simple, guys. From here, I want the market structure to change. How does the market structure change is when this price comes back higher here. On the POC, does not matter. We can get rejected here and come back, take a test one more time and take this as a support. Take this value area low as a support and then head up higher. So this is already making this part here as a higher low, and this is a high and clearly breaking this high and making a higher high. Then coming back and taking this low as a higher low and then heading up higher. So this is already market structure change, and I am going to look for this higher low here to get into the market. So unless this happens, I'm not going to touch SPACEX chart. Now let's get into gold. So we are on a weekly time frame on gold at the moment. The market structure is very strong for the moment, and you can see I see some weakness here on the gold because this was your high here and we have broken down. Okay, we haven't broken the market structure yet because your last higher low was this one. But locally, I can see we have already broken this low, which made the market structure shift here. And we have even broken this low here and made a new low. But unless we break this low, the market structure is still intact. We could be still going up higher. But if we do this, okay, come back and test this zone and then head down, break this low also, then the next support comes around this zone here. Okay, so let's use volume profile here to this chart and see. Okay, so we have clearly broken that point of control and also the value area low. Clearly it looks like it wants to, okay, I see the strength in S&P and NASDAQ, but it doesn't mean that gold also has to rally together with S&P. We can come up here and then reject, but the next major support I see is over this zone here. So let's use the volume profile to this low and see. Okay, we have clearly broken this value area high. That means the volume here, the traded volume, is very low. We have a spike here, but once we broke this range here, the price action just shoot up higher. So there was not many chances for the traders to get in here for the long. So as of now, if we get the strength on gold, I think I would be expecting, in my reading, don't shoot the messenger. In my reading, I'm expecting another lower high, and potentially this price can come back and test this zone around 3,300. Yeah, for this point of control around $3,300. But that doesn't mean if you're a trader, that doesn't mean that you cannot trade this move here and then potentially short from this zone towards the larger volume block here. Let's get into silver and see what do we have on silver. So silver also looks like, silver looks more weaker than gold because we have already broken this low. We made initial low here. Let's see the percentage here. What is the drop we had? So we had almost 47% drop here. So this was a major drop on silver, and the next support is over here. This is your support, the small cluster, what you see here. Let's use the volume profile and see what's going on. Okay, this is clear, guys. This is already weak. We have market structure change from this top. The metals are weak at the moment. We have broken this low, okay, which becomes, this is a lower low and a lower high. Okay, this is already a lower high, this is a lower high. And can you see where it tested? It tested exactly on that value area high, get rejected, got pierced through this point of control, came back and tested one more time the value area low. That means we are heading down. Okay, the next support I see is over this zone here. If we get a bounce, then potentially it could be from this region, or maybe just a consolidation here again and finally breaking down. So that's what I see on silver, and I do not use Elliott wave structures in this. Okay, we can check also on monthly chart. Let's see if we can get another support here. Okay, this is very clear. We had support at this zone. Okay, this is the support, and the next support comes around this zone. So we have support around $48, 43, and we could be having okay, if the market wants to come down to around 48 to 43, then we could find a bounce, maybe another lower high, and then head up lower. This is too bearish structure at the moment, and when I see the structure here on silver, this is since when? This is since 1982. So after that, this was a clear range. Can you see this is a sideways consolidation? This took a very long time for the price to break out, and that was in 2007 December. Just broke out, but then we found out that the price came back and retested this zone again. So we were back into the range one more time in 2008. That was the global financial crisis, and we got that higher low, and then we moved up higher. So I see there's a long consolidation here on the metals, which means I'm expecting this was another fake out towards the higher prices, and then we will come back and retest. Maybe we'll have a chop to the sideways here. Okay, I don't know when we will get another all-time high on silver or gold. I'm a little bit bearish on gold and silver at the moment. And now we will get into BTC chart. So this is the local range what we have. We are on the daily time frame for BTC. So guys, I'm giving my honest opinion on stock market or metals or even BTC. So don't shoot the messenger. It's better for me to give you the exact information. What do I see in the chart, rather than just patting your head and saying, oh, everything's going to be all right, everything is fine. I would not do that, and hence that's why I'm going to keep my analysis as original as it is. So I'm going to analyze what exactly I see in the chart. So jumping to this Bitcoin chart right now, what do I see here? So multiple tests you can see on this value area high, and we are rejecting. The point of control is also higher here, but for the moment I see the market structure is changing. How the market structure is changing? Okay, now you can see from the top here, this was the local top, and we had made a low, and this became your lower high, and multiple lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and finally we have that low here, and we have come up, tested that value area high plus this point of control, rejected from there. But this is the first time I can say that we have made a higher low, and after that higher low we are in the range at the moment, trying to break out, but we are in the range. We tested this part one more time and came back and made another higher low. This is not finished yet. We can definitely plummet here and come back and test this zone here. I'm expecting if there is some bullishness in BTC left, then the price has to come back around 59,500 to 60,000 zone, retest the zone, take it as a support, and then move up higher. Then you can say that the market structure already changed. This was the low, we have a high, we have a higher low, and this high eventually going to go and take out this liquidity over here, and then you can call this as a higher high. But after, if it makes from here this, then this becomes your lower high eventually. So we will not get into that part right now. We will just check locally what's happening on the Bitcoin chart. So for Elliott wave analysis, let's say this could be your bottom here, and this could be your first wave, and potentially this could be your running flat, where we can expect a massive move towards the higher prices, which is the third wave, and then come back, retest, and put another high as a fifth wave. Okay, this is just if you are bullish in the market, you want to see this price action. But if you are expecting bearish price action, which means you are looking at this one is just a correction as a, and now this is a flat correction as a B, and you're looking for a C wave coming back and taking some of this candle imbalance over here, probably testing this fair value gap as well, and then potentially rejecting from there towards the lower prices. Okay, from here you're expecting lower prices. So according to me, what do I see? I'm expecting even lower prices, but if I see, let's say this move here is not just an ABC, and it turned out to be from here, this, because this is an impulsive wave. Okay, in a smaller time frame, if you check, let's go into 1 hourly time frame and check the move up what we have. Okay, from the bottom, this is an impulsive wave towards the higher prices. So this entire wave up here is a 1 2, and all this is 3. Okay, from here, and this is your 4, and this became your 5. Okay, so we have an impulse from the bottom, we have 5 wave move up, and we have an ABC correction. This ABC just becomes your A, and this chop up high becomes your B, and this chop down becomes your C. Okay, so this could not be a ABC because it's a 3-wave structure. So all the moves inside this structure here, which is a sideways chop, is made of 3-wave moves. So this becomes your WXY. So now what we are expecting is another impulsive move up. Okay, from here as 1 2 3 4 5. So this could finish here. In a larger structure, we can call this entire wave from here to here as a 1. This is WXY as a 2, and then you are expecting this is 3 4 5. But in case if this move finishes here as an impulse, because this becomes your zigzag move from the bottom, this move becomes A, this move becomes B, and this move becomes C, and then we can look for lower prices from this top. So this is still too early on BTC to say if we have got an impulse. That could be just an ABC correction. Okay, we were looking for that ABC correction where we are looking for more lower prices. But at the moment, you can see that, let's get into daily time frame. And I want to show you that on the anchored VWAP, if you use from the top here, we are above that price and taking multiple supports on top of this anchored VWAP. And you also can use this anchored VWAP from the bottom to check if the price is taking support. And you can see we are exactly touching that anchored VWAP line, and we might bounce from here. Probably this could be a low here as an ABC flat. Flat is a running flat because we are not sweeping this liquidity here, so this becomes your running flat and we could be heading up higher. So on Bitcoin, I'm expecting price to go up higher. As I did say in my previous video, you can go and check it out in the playlist. I said 70K on the green color, and there was a question mark on the video. So I'm expecting the price to go up higher. So my analysis on Bitcoin haven't changed. And after we get that 70K target, we can then check the analysis and see if the entire move up is going to be the impulsive move up or it's just an ABC correction. For now, I'm going to use the fib extension tool and check the target for this entire move up. So I'm going to take this one as a move up and this flat correction here as a B move down. So it could be a 1-2 from here. Okay, I'm just mentioning this as a move, or it could be wave 1 and this is a B move down as a wave 2. Okay, or as a wave 2. Okay, this is either A or 1. This is either B or wave 2. So the next target becomes automatically this 1618 for me. This is the range from 1272 to 1618 is the next target. For a zigzag, I'm expecting 1618, and that is around $73,600. And for an impulse, let's say if this is a 1-2 structure, this could hit up higher around that 80K zone as well, because 2618 is also another target for an impulse. So the minimum target for an impulse will be 1.618, that is 73.6K. So that is my analysis and that is my target on Bitcoin. So let me know what you guys think about this 73.6K target. And in my next analysis, I'm going to add one altcoin, so 1 or 2 altcoins. And if you guys have some favorite altcoins, you can comment down below. I will look into it in my next video. And until then, guys, like and subscribe, do all those good stuff. And I will see you in my next daily video update. And until then, bye-bye.